you're doing it well.
Way of living your life is finally out. It's the book that we've all been waiting for. I know it's taken some time, but it is finally here. This is where we have so many uncertain places and certain uncertain points in our lives where we need to find a way to move forward and move forward and take control of that space that has taken so much of our time and so much of our control, and so much of our lives get taken away by all of the uncertainty that we experience. And so it's a way to move beyond the uncertainty to confidence. So many times we experience a place within ourselves where we become crazy, or we feel a sort of craziness. And the best way that I can actually read from a reading from the book, let's see here, the crazy. Sadly, sometimes the crazy gets the best of us. It happens at the point when we are at our lowest and appear to have lost all control over ourselves. The crazy within is most evident when people reject you. When people don't care to be in your company anymore, the crazy grabs a hold of you. Your thoughts run out of control, you have no idea who you are, and you demand an explanation from others as to what has caused your erratic behavior. The crazy sets in when we don't feel valued, and when we don't value or love ourselves enough. We rely on others to assure us of our self-worth. Consciousness begins to narrow, conjuring an illusion that seems very real. In the process, the truth is obscured. The fact of the situation becomes irrelevant, and all that we know is that we think we know, and what we know is actually nothing. When we look in the mirror, we are so unhappy with the person that we see, we become erratic, upset with everything and everyone. Our mood morphs into ongoing dissatisfaction. Nothing and no one can make us feel better. When the crazy takes a hold of you, you are despondent and locked into that mood for what could be a very long time. Sometimes it takes months or even years to move beyond such feelings. When the crazy possesses you, it is the most isolating, lonely, and miserable state to be in. We become so isolated and disconnected and out of touch with reality that we miss out on life. Life begins to pass us by, time flies forward, and if you are not careful, years can pass by unlived. I think so many times we find ourselves in situations where we're in a relationship or the job or whatever that situation is, some sort of transitioning situation that confronts us, and it brings out this craziness within us. And the mistake that we can make is that we allow the craziness to take such control of who we are and our personalities and our way of life that we miss out on years of life that we should be living, years that we should be spending with our friends and family and those that love us in return, rather than spending all of that energy in the craziness for something or some sort of situation that is rejecting us, or the situation that is not responding to, you know, we're not being responsive to what's going on. And so many of us can spend and waste our lives in resentment for the wrong reasons. And you know, partly these are some of the things that I talk about in the book, is how do you get from that uncertain place in your life to a more confident place in your life, and a place where you can take charge and control of your life and where you once were, and not really revisit that place again. So many times we revisit the uglier, darker side of ourselves, and we don't know how to transition into a more fulfilling way of life and a fulfilling way of living.